Hello, Ringmaster Customs here, back with another video. Today we're doing my highly anticipated showcase I've been hyping up for a long time. I'm doing a massive Fnaf showcase. I've tried this once before, but it didn't work out as the way I wanted it to. But yeah, without further ado, this is going to be a long one, so let's get started. Alright, so the order we're going is Chica, Foxy, Bonnie, and Freddy, then the miscellaneous characters at the end. So without further ado, now let's get into the showcase. Alright, so starting off with Chica, as you can see here, she is completely painted yellow besides the torso. Back of the torso, actually. She has orange painted chicken feet. She has sculpted, I didn't sculpt this, the arms, legs were sculpted by Decent Customs and Games. But the torso was sculpted by me and everything else was painted by me mostly. Especially the head. But yeah, she is completely painted yellow. Her Let's Eat bib with the 3 exclamation points are painted on. She has her Let's Eat kind of disproportionate, but it's still fun. It eats at least good. I made like so many Chicas across the years, so like, cut me some slack. Sorry. She uses a bootleg head from the first edition of Fnaf bootlegs. And also, her eyes are painted in lavender, and her jump scare eyes, basically, where her eyes get all derpy. She has no upper teeth. I painted on her toes with the black fit and the white. Nothing on the back. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next, we have her scorching counterpart, which we have not shown you yet. I have not shown you yet. So basically, it's basically this but burnt, and it has cracks in it. That was intentional cracks. But yeah, I indented her arms like Decent Customs did with his Fnaf figures that I commissioned them. I will be showcasing those again in a big showcase. You'll be linked in the description, same with the music that's in this video. She has red wash all around. I gave her mango-ish color for her burn marks, and I used a black for her pupils because like in the game she doesn't really have that. Like she has soulless eyes instead of soulless red eyes, and compared to like her counterparts where she had the shine in her eyes and stuff like that. If this will focus like that. Then I gave her a wash of red. Flag red or Flamico red, one of those two. Nothing on the back. And I also dry brushed it in red a bit too. Gave her gray teeth, compared to Chica that has white teeth. So yeah, that's it for Chica. Let's move on to Liberty Chica. For Liberty Chica, it's basically the same thing as Chica. This Chica. It's like, I forgot to mention on, like, Scorching Chica, but she uses the version 2 bootleg head. As you can see, these are quite different. But as you can see here, she's completely painted in this Liberty green color. I sculpted it on her arms, her torso, her legs, her crown. And, yeah, she is supposed to have that feather in the back. I looked it up. Did some research, and she's supposed to have it in the back. And next she has her, I was giving her a black wash after I painted this the wrong green first. Then I had to repaint it green because I lost that color. Gave her black eyebrows, her black eyes with the green dots. She has her white teeth. Black inside the mouth. Sculpted everything you've seen on this figure, except for the head. The head was completely made by a company like Kopov or WM Minifigs. I indented her in her dress, so like you can see it has more detail into it because I actually carved into it. But yeah, that's basically it for Liberty Chica. Let's move on to the next Chica. So with Chica here, I have a lot of stuff I need to do with her, honestly. I need to fix her up like big time. So basically, the wires here are not felt, but like they're string. And I sculpted on the arms, which do not look as good as I expected, but I'm planning to fix that up. I'm going to give her a brighter yellow. Because, like, this is way too mustardy of a yellow. I painted on her toes, which you can barely see. They are in silver. And I did indent her, but no, I just painted those on. I painted on her marks and stuff, besides on these two right here. I sculpted her torso, her arms, her head. Painted her Let's Eat. I'm probably going to have to go over this a lot in this video, so be prepared. I made her a little stomach indent. I gave her her eyes are inaccurate because I got lazy. But her teeth, I sculpted her head like basically like a helmet, just smaller. Then I painted on, nose indentations. I painted on her teeth, her what's it called? Endoskeleton. And lavender eyes for her pupils. And I did give her silver at the end of these, so it looks like more like wires are popping out. So let's move on to the next Chica. Alright, starting off with Fnaf 2 Chicas. Here's Toy Chica. She's a very slim version of Chica. She ain't like this. It's the only counterpart of Toy Chica I've made. I have not made her beat form yet. Or her high school version. Or her mermaid version. But as you can see here, she is completely painted by me. This is an older custom from 2017 or 16. I don't remember. Or 18 maybe. So I says let's see, and the painting's not too good. But her head is sculpted by me. Her bib is sculpted. And I use the cheerleader legs from the CMF series. I painted the back of it pink, yellow, and orange. And same with the front. Except I left two parts of it undamaged. Because it looks like the endoskeleton. Painted her Let's Eat, but that's inaccurate on here. It's supposed to be Let's Party. I'll fix that later. I indented her eyes and gave her pupils, her teeth, her blush in pink. Nothing much. Pretty simple figure in my opinion. I didn't do that much outlining besides on the arms, but those are chipping off as you can see. I did paint on her indentations in the feet for chicken feet. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now before I start off with the FNAF 2 animatronics, I want to get this technically whipped scrap FNAF 1 Chica out of the way first. So what I did was I completely painted her black, and I gave her yellow dry brushing. Painted her feet orange with silver, and her arm black with the silver. I did not put her pupil and her highlight in there yet. I'm going to do that soon. Probably after the showcase. The head is completely sculpted by me, and the same with everything you see on here. Her arm is painted gray and silver, black and silver. Nothing much actually. It's just a really simple figure. I did carve into the torso a little bit and put the silver dot for the endoskeleton. Her bib printing rubbed off. Like how it is in the actual book. So yeah, that's it for Chica. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now with Nightmare Chica. It's nothing much, honestly. Just basically, Jacko Chica, but better, in my personal opinion. I'll be like, the only thing I could salvage from this is the legs. Because, that's the most accurate looking. But yeah, starting off with Jacko Chica, her head, her arms, her torso, and her legs are completely sculpted by me. I painted on the animatronics in there, endoskeleton in there, painted all of the rips. Did do a little, wait no, I just painted on the rips. Besides on the torso, it's basically, in the head, that's basically all the rips I did. That are 3-dimensional. Her eyes are painted in gunmetal, then a metallic red, then a metallic silver. You guys can see that right there. She has her Let's Eat bib, nothing on the back. She has orange in her toes. So yeah, that's it for Nightmare Chica. Let's move on to Twisted Chica. So starting off with Jacko Chica. She is a lot different than my Nightmare Chica, which I'll show in a second. I just decided to do her first because she looks the ugliest out of all my Chicas. And the worst. So basically, she is completely painted orange. Her Let's Eat bib is painted slightly on there, but you can barely see it. Her bib is cut. And same with her torso, because like there's actually definition in there. Same with the arms. Her hands are painted in orange and silver, and orange and black. Basically the Halloween colors. I did use Sharpie for them because I got lazy. I painted eyes in Sunny Day, and I used glow in dark paint. But like I'll show that in a future video. But yeah, that's basically for Chica. Barely anything on the back, it's just Sharpie. And like, both arms are almost the same, just like this one has more like black on it than this one. Yeah, it says Let's Eat. Her teeth are painted on and stuff, not three-dimensional. So yeah, that's it for Chica. Her hair is also sculpted. And now it's it for Chica. Jacko Chica. Let's move on to Nightmare Chica. For Game Over Toy Chica, she's basically this without the beak, and it is in red, completely red, instead of, you know, blue. Because I want to give them variety. I don't want to make the same figure over and over again, so I gave this one completely red instead of, like, blue and red. Her hands are Unagami's hands and arms. Yeah, I'm going to get bashed for that in comments, but whatever. She has her whole outlining is in red. She has her Game Over printed on, and it looks glitchy, like it's supposed to in the game. She has her pupils, her black eyes, with her red pupils in it, her red eyebrows, her red outlines on her cheeks, torso, legs, feet indentations, animatronic indentations for the arm slits. That's basically it. It's just this figure, just red. And I did curve a torso. I forgot to mention that on all the Toy Chicas. They do have curved torsos. So yeah, that's it for Toy Chica. Let's move on to Jacko Chica. Now starting off with high score Toy Chica. I forgot to put this before but Liver Chica, but it's totally okay. I painted her gloss black. I painted her blue dots all around her for that like energy flowing through her. Sorry. And I painted her toes blue. Basically, it's an inverted Chica, basically, but just in blue and black instead of, you know, it's high scores in Sunny Day yellow. Excuse me. Sunny Day yellow. Painted the indentations. Nothing on the back. Sculpted her head because I didn't have the Toy Chica head at the time. And what I did was I painted her pupils in a, what's it called? Sunny Day color. And I painted everything, outlined everything in blue. Painted her blue speckles everywhere. Gave her nostrils in a blue color, if you guys can see that. Outlined everything on this figure in blue. Sure, it's not the best, but like it's supposed to be disproportional, I think, honestly. But yeah, so that's it for high score. Let's move on to Game Over Toy Chica. For Funtime Chica, quite a detailed figure in my opinion. As you can see here, she is completely painted white. And she's different than like most of the Chicas. Like Glamrock Chica's in this color, but that's the only Chica I know that's in this color. Her chest is sculpted on, her speaker's sculpted, her legs are sculpted. Painted all the animatronic Funtime details. Same with these in silver and black. Painted in not silver, but black and pink on the hand. Nothing on the other hand, so you guys can see the cupcake. Orange and pink and black for her legs. Sorry, and I did do the indentations in there. Not like 3D, but like, you know, 2D. painted on. Her head is made in 2 parts. First part was sculpted on first, and it was the second part, or vice versa. This one was really hard to make because the white paint was a pain in the butt to use, same with the pink paint. Time Cupcake is, just your average cupcake, just like, with some indentations in there. Which I'm remaking all of a cupcake, so like, expect that to be a showcase soon, or just, something like that. Her head has, orange outlines on the eyes, but one's bigger than the other. And like, her eyes are painted on with the lavender, black, and white. I know the painting's kind of slow, maybe this was still back in 2019 or 18. And my painting skills ain't still that good, but like, still, at least it's better, decently. So that's one of the, oh, I almost said Foxy, Ignited Chica. For Ignited Chica here, I'm gonna take a quick break after this, so like, I've been recording for almost an hour. Wait, no, just like over 10 minutes. So basically, Ignited Chica here, she's completely painted black. I mean, no, she's painted yellow and black for washes. Her leg is indented because, like, I put it, in there, a toothpick. Same with the other leg. Because I cut these off just to make it, proportionate. Then her arms are cut in half and glued on. Her torso is sculpted, her head is sculpted, and her beak is sculpted. Her original beak broke, so that's why it looks a little bit off on this one. She has, in her eyes, white in her eyes for, like, the possession. But other than that, it's basically it for Chica. It's a really simple one. It's just like your average Chica design without the Let's Eat, washed with, and damaged more, and less painting and sculpting. Other than that, that's basically it. So yeah, let's move on to Rockstar Chica. Before I ended this segment, I forgot 2 Chicas. So like, we have Rockstar Chica and Blacklight Chica left. So like, before we get onto that, let's start off with Blacklight Chica. And 2, I do not know what stains are on here. I think it's cold stains, but I think it's from the paint and how old this figure is. So like, I have no clue why it's doing this. This is not what you think it is. It's not anything bad. It's just cold stains, like from Wendy. Like, it even happened to Foxy because I used to use green stuff, and it's having to procreate when I use green stuff a lot. So I don't know what's up with it. So let's get on to Blacklight Chica. Alright, so starting off with Blacklight Chica here, she's completely painted purple. She used to be my very old Chica that looked highly derpy. Her feet are painted yellow, and black outlines. She has black bib with a green Let's Eat. Really unique character, in my opinion. She has purple feathers. Her eyes are purple. She has blue. Actually, believe it or not, she does have blue eyebrows. And she has light purple for her pupils. She has silver teeth. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, they are silver. Probably gonna, after this video, I'm gonna, give us a nice coat of spray paint. So, like, really good coat of it. Because, like, this is horrible, honestly. Alright, enough complaining. I'm moving on to Rockstar Chica. Alright, for Rockstar Chica here, like all of these figures I said before, most of these are completely hand sculpted and painted by me. Besides the one that we did a collab with Decent Customs and Games. He's the one who helped me with, Chica, Freddy, Toxic Foxy, Radioactive Foxy, whatever, and, Bonnie, version 3. So, yeah. This is Chica. She has Let's Rock on here. Glam Rock Chica. Oh my god. I haven't even made that one yet. Rockstar Chica. She has yellow hands that I painted. I had to sand her body down because, like, the white paint, stuff like that. She has her blue Let's Rock. She has her star on her stomach. Bib. Blue knee pads. Yellow for the toes. She has her highly detailed face. I'm surprised I got that, like, first try or second try, one of those two. Let's Rock with a star, and she has, like, blue spots on it. I haven't finished this figure completely yet, but I'm not gonna, bother with it, because, like, The paint keeps shipping, so like, I'm not gonna bother with it. She has her eyebrows that look kind of thick, but whatever. She has thick eyebrows in the game. She has her teeth and her lipstick, her blue blush, her blue eyelids. And yeah, she has magenta eyes too. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, magenta eyes. And yeah, that's basically it for Chica. Let's move on to Foxy. Alright, to start off with Foxy, it's really nothing much. Everything you can see here is like I said before in the previous parts, like, everything is completely sculpted, even the legs. Not completely sculpted, but like it's mostly sculpted. They are posable. Yeah, they are posable, but they're in a certain position where it's, you know, like where he's screaming at you in the game. He has a painted on endo, not sculpted. He has 2 gray hands. I don't have hooks, so like you gotta roll with this for now. His face is open. Like the upper part of it's super sculpty, but the bottom part is green stuff because the lower jaw broke off. Probably gonna remake this head eventually. Or give him a different head. But other than that, it's basically his eye patch painted on, his snout and freckles painted on, golden eyes. The eye patch is sculpted too. For green stuff. She has his cut right here. And his endo painted on. Yeah, that's basically it for Foxy. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so starting off with Toxic Foxy. Sorry that my nails are kind of nasty. I'm sorry. He is completely painted spring green. And I gave him a Sunny Day outline. I gave him an outline in Sunny Day. Then the silver is metallic deco art. Excuse me, silver. And I painted his teeth in silver. Then I painted the black eye patch because it's the only part that's different on him that's not green or yellow. Nothing on the back like always nowadays. Like you don't even see it from the back, so you mainly see it from the front. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, his head and torso was provided by Decent in Games, but I just modified the torso a bit by giving it a bigger hole in it. This is glow in the dark, but I don't know how good I could show it. He does have yellow outlines for his endoskeleton and his toes. He has a hole in his stomach right here. Like another hole, like the smaller one. He has his aggressive eyes. His nose outline. Everything on here is outlined except for the teeth because that's in silver. His mouth is yellow. He has his freckles. Yeah, that's basically it for Foxy. Let's move on to Ringmaster Foxy. Alright, so starting off with Ringmaster Foxy. Sorry that doesn't look the best. This thing's really detailed in game, so I'm trying to, you know, make it good as possible. But he does have his whip, obviously, because, like, I sculpted it, and what I did was, I gave him his, like, pirate thing. Bad thing is it got glued stuck here, and, like, now it won't, like, now every time I move it, it has a risk of breaking this whole thing. Might keep the arm, though, honestly. I use, what's it called? Not electrical tape, but I used, cardstock for his, index card for his whip, and I use Procreate for the whip, and I use index card for the lacing around it. Sorry, I kind of had a blank there. I painted all the dots on him. Painted his 2 skulls on the bottom. Painted his toes. This will be updated soon, so like it will look better. Or I could just, you know, make another one entirely. But I only have like 2 Foxies at the moment. His hand is black, but I plan to paint that silver. This one was kind of rushed because like the next character came out directly after, which I still haven't made yet, or we have character after that. He has his keys painted on. His endoskeleton is dremeled out. So the upper part of a hole in his torso. He has barnacles painted on. He has a red trench coat. The sleeves made out index card. His head is one of those bootleg heads, but like it's not. But one I showed for Toxic Foxy is a little bit smaller. So as you can see here, it's a little bit smaller. And his ears are painted in brown inside. The ears are painted brown. He has red and black and gold for gold dots for his, you know, his, skulls on his head. Top hat, whatever. Okay, I'm losing my voice, so, like, I'm losing my train of thought, so let's move on to the next one. Starting off with Withered Foxy, I used average Lego legs, ascended them down, indented his toes. What I did was I dry brushed, or, you know, like, gradiented his legs with black and brown, so I can give him that withered look. Nothing on the back, so I'm not going to even bother showing you guys the back now. His hook is made out of a plate paper clip. His torso is cut in half, or barely cut in half and glued. Sorry, his endoskeleton is painted on with the, you know, black and silver. His not endoskeleton. His hook has a black outer rim on it. His face, you can see as here, he has his teeth that is completely sculpted. This is completely sculpted out of green stuff. I don't know what's wrong with it, because, like, I've been getting, like, cold stains on mine. No pun intended, because I'm using Ice Emperor staff. But, like, if you look on the back for a second, even though there's nothing on the back, you can see there's this weird white stain right here. So I'm going to have to glaze this. You might see this a lot in this showcase. I don't know if it's from super glue or something else. But yeah, his eye patch is sculpted. His eye is sculpted too. Black and yellow. Yeah, that's it for Foxy. Let's move on to the next one. This was kind of obvious who's next, but like next we have is Mangle. Picture right here. Not my best in my opinion. To be honest, I got really lazy with this, and I used my old Withered Foxy's head. As you can see, these are really similar. And the torso is really long, honestly. I want to make this shorter, but like I already glued on the legs and stuff. I could possibly take this out, but I don't know. Send it down some more. I made a third leg, but the design is from Mega Sega Star 221, aka MSS Customs, but he has since quit, sadly. I'm not taking credit for this. I have one leg painted on with, you know, white and pink. Two torsos glued on each other. Yes, this is a torso. Bow tie is painted and sculpted on. Endo head is painted and sculpted on. It was posable, but now it's not. Eye is hot glued because I got really lazy. I don't know why. There's a black dot right here. You guys can barely see it, but there is a black dot. It's endo jaws painted on with light gray or pewter gray. Yeah, it's light gray. Mangle's head is just like Withered Foxy's, just like, you know, with blush and one eye. You can see that there used to be an eye patch right here. Okay, so next to the next Mangle. Alright, for this Mangle, I admit it's probably more lazier than this one, or they're equally as lazy because I used a minifigure body instead of like making my own custom body. I was inspired by someone. I could have made a version 2 of this body, honestly, but like I got really lazy and like I didn't have the materials anymore because my parents don't want me messing with the saw because they think I'll cut myself for some reason. So she has a white foot, gunmetal legs, and torso. I did indent the torso, so there is some texture on here. She has oh my god, three painted pink dots for her toes. One arm is metallic gunmetal gray, and one has white and gunmetal gray. One has a gloss red bow tie that's completely sculpted. Same with the head is completely sculpted by me. I do admit, I do like this head better than like the Withered Foxy reuse, honestly. I just haven't finished this, even though it's been 2 years. This was originally a commission, but I might, you know, make this better or something like that. Because I feel like I can make this better, honestly. So yeah. And I lost a person's address, so I can't really send this out. Yet. But they are in the family. But like, honestly, I might just give them a refund, honestly. And again, nothing on the back. She has her head indent. Her eyes are painted on pink and white. Black and a white pupil. Silver teeth. red lipstick on the top and bottom. Top and bottom, but you can barely see it on the bottom. Yeah, that's it for Mangle. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now starting chronologically game order. Not game order, but like chronologically when the games were released order. Here is Phantom Foxy. As you can see here on his legs, he has metallic silver. I've hinted on all these stripes on him for like the withering and, you know, burnt texture that all the Phantoms have from Fnaf Free. He does have his endo painted on in there. It's just hard to see. Believe it or not, this one actually has back detailing, but it's not much. He has a black arm, half arm, brown pants with the striping on it. Same thing I did with Withered Foxy, I just did to this Foxy. His head is completely new and sculpted by me. This took me a long time, so I hope that like I at least get some decent recognition for this. But like I sculpted a little bit of clay halfway on the head. Then I sculpted all the extra details after I let it dry. Silver hand. All the details Foxy usually has. So let's move on to the next one. I'm going to do a quick detour to the fan games, but this is a really good fan game. Tour through the fan games. We have Ignited Foxy. He's really nothing much. As you can see, guys, I really struggled on Foxy heads, honestly. And his original head broke, so I can't really use that or show that, because like it broke in half. But as you can see here, he has endoskeleton feet, which I should do with the other Foxies. But like, I don't want to risk, you know, damaging skeleton legs. So he has his feet, his legs are, you know, brown, you know, pants that I cut off the leg pegs to, and I glued in the skeleton. And his arms, I used a toothpick and glued that in after I drilled in a little bit. So, like, the arm peg can fit in there. Putting that back on. Pasted on his broken ear part. And I think that's a little bit sculpted. I don't remember. No, it's just painted. He has his eyes in metallic white. His teeth are painted on and sculpted. I think his teeth are painted in silver, but I can't really tell. I think it's just white. Yeah, it's just white or metallic white. His ears painted on, red and tan. Nothing much, it's a pretty simple figure, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, for Nightmare Foxy, I don't want to go over this one. This one's pretty bad by my standards, and it does not look good at all. I mean, I'm trying to improve from this, but I don't know how. But other than that, his arm is like made like Withered Foxy's arm with the pirate hook, except I used a rusty one to give him that more of a broken down effect. And his legs with the endoskeleton toes painted on, more than like the average Foxy's because he does have more toes. Endoskeleton is painted and drilled in. Same with all the rips in them, all painted and drilled in and painted. Nothing on the back, besides his spine and like random marks I made. His endoskeleton is completely black. All these cuts in between them. His silver, he has endoskeleton in his arm and his wrist. His head, nothing much, honestly. It's just like, you know, just your average Foxy head, just like without the muzzle. And extra detailing on the sides and the lower jaw. But other than that, that's basically it for Nightmare Foxy. Let's move on to Funtime Foxy. Alright, these are basically the same figure. That's why I showed Lolbit and Funtime Foxy at once. Because, like, these are the same figures. And Lolbit, only different part she has about it of Funtime Foxy is the head sculpt. And the color of the robotic indentations. Instead of light gray, it's silver. And, like, the pink is orange and purple. And the red is purple. and the eyes are hollowed out, but other than that, it's basically the same thing. And yeah, it's pretty simple. This head that I used for a little bit was my original Rockstar Foxy head, which I wish I used because this one's kind of bad. But moving this one. So basically what I just explained it's just a little bit just like, you know, pink and red without a tail. So that's why it doesn't have anything on the back, like all my figures. It does have some side detailing right here with the 3 dots, the line, and the endoskeleton indentation. Pink nails, I think, used to be on there. Chipped off over time. Funtime head. Funtime animatronic head. Silver eyelids. Nothing much. Really simple figure, just like Mangle. Just like with a body, basically. Slit inside the torso. Painted on. Everything on here is painted and sculpted. I did sand down the legs so it can move. I don't know why I don't do this with my figures anymore. Ignore that this used to be a Chica. But she can move. Or it can move. It hasn't, like, we don't know the gender of Foxy, basically. I'm at Funtime Foxy or Mangle. So I'm not going to go into that. But like, let's move on to the next one. Twisted Foxy. This one's pretty detailed, but you guys can see what I did. I used a minifigure plate and glued a plate onto it, and I glued the torso onto it, then sculpted above on that. And believe it or not, his head is completely sculpted by me, honestly. Because, like, what I did was I sculpted the lower jaw after I sculpted, you know, the inner jaw. Excuse me. I painted on his hook. That's where Nauticon's hook went, if you want to know. Cold stains right here. Green dots for, you know. So Twisted Foxy, he's basically in the ground, literally. Metallic hand right here. White teeth. Black nose, black withering, black eyes, red dots. Slit in his ears. Basically kind of like, you know, Nightmare Foxy's just without the endoskeleton. So let's move on to Twisted Wolf. Twisted Foxy. This one's pretty detailed, but you guys can see what I did. I used a minifigure plate and glued a plate onto it, and I glued the torso onto it, then sculpted above on that. And believe it or not, his head is completely sculpted by me, honestly. Because, like, what I did was I sculpted the lower jaw after I sculpted, you know, the inner jaw. Excuse me. I painted on his hook. That's where Nauticon's hook went, if you want to know. Cold stains right here. Green dots for, you know. So Twisted Foxy, he's basically in the ground, literally. Metallic hand right here. White teeth. Black nose, black withering, black eyes, red dots. Slit in his ears. Basically kind of like, you know, Nightmare Foxy's just without the endoskeleton. So let's move on to Twisted Wolf. Sketch, I decided to do Rockstar Foxy next because he's probably one of my worst. Because, like, you can barely see the gold. He does have red in there, it's just hard to see. And plus I use Mod Podge, so the chipping is really bad on here. If, like, you know, you can see that, like, it's chipping or sticking out of something. Head is sculpted by me, which I'm not proud of. His head is really bad, in my opinion. I think I can repaint it and look better, but I'm not sure. He sculpted on a lower layer of teeth. I was in a rush because, like, I had skull at the time, black nose. Iconic Foxy features, except he has a gold Rockstar because I based it off the action figure. And he does have a peg leg. Other than that, that's basically it. He's just red and dark red, with gold and yellow accents. So let's move on to Jacko Foxy. I'm at Grim Foxy. Alright, you can probably tell who's next after this, but, like, basically, Grim Foxy, I had to sand down the torso and cut it with an X-Acto knife because I don't have my saw. He has yellow for his animatronic highlights. He has a silver on his hands. Bad thing is the arms cannot move at all, or unless something breaks, basically. But I think this one can move just fine. Mostly. Nope, never mind. Nothing on the back. I sculpted on his spikes. I sculpted on his head. Basically like Nightmare Foxy, just, you know, smaller. Painted on the yellow inside the body. I think it's gonna come off. I'm not sure. Let's check. Nope. Alright, so let's move on to Twisted Wolf. For Twisted Wolf, I'm considering him in the Foxy group because he is technically a fox-like character, so that's why he's in here, and he was originally supposed to be in the game before Foxy. Besides not the twisted parts. The wolves just got integrated over time. So basically on his leg, is completely sculpted and, you know, extended. Light gray for his toes and his lower paw. Light gray for his fur, and everything on here is completely sculpted. Just want to get it out of the way. Everything on here is completely sculpted by me. Yeah, he has his spikes painted on and glued on after, you know, it dried and stuff, because these spikes are a really big pain in the ass to do. Not much on the back besides more continuation of the fur. His head has his like fluffs. And basically like a fox, basically, just like not, because it's in gray. White, not white, light gray, blue, then like light gray, black, and blue, then for his eyes, but one's bigger and one's smaller, because, you know, that's how it looks in the picture right here. And yeah, that's basically it for Foxy. Let's move on to the next character, whichever one I decide. Alright, for Dreadbear here, we're moving on to Freddy's also. For Dreadbear here, it's nothing much. He's my only big fig out of all these Five Nights at Freddy's characters, surprisingly. But he does have a black bow tie. He has stitching painted on and stuff, and, you know, sculpted on too. Give him that, like, you know, bigger forehead that the Frankenstein monsters have. Sorry. He has his, you know, in his stomach. And his bow tie sculpted on. He does use a bootleg Riot, which uses the Hulk, and I sculpted on his toes to give him that animatronic look. Sculpted on one of his hands, but the other is just painted. I drilled in, you know, holes in here so I can make, you know, his little pokey out things. And he has gold eyes, black nose, and he has this big smile with the gray teeth. Small top hat, which I might have to fix, but I don't know, it looks pretty good. So let's move on to the next one.